Hi folks, welcome to RJA Impact. Today we're going to be talking about the Pandora Papers. This is really very new breaking news and relates to 11.9 million leaked documents amounting to nearly 3 terabytes of data. It's going to shed light on some of the murkier financial practices amongst some of the highest profile people in the world. This will include presidents, prime ministers, celebrities, billionaires and business leaders, etc, etc. We're going to take you through the who, why, what, where and when of the Pandora Papers and what we know so far. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel, and also hit the notification button so that you don't miss out on any future videos. The ICIJ. The papers themselves were published on the 3rd of October 2021 by the International Consortium of Investigative Journalists. The ICIJ, as it's known, is an independent global network of over 280 investigative journalists and over 100 media organisations spanning more than 100 countries. It's based in Washington DC with personnel in Austria, France, Spain, Hungary, Serbia, Belgium and Ireland. Its aim is to expose crime and corruption that transcend national boundaries. Effectively, it allows resources to collaborate together where facts and data are spread around the world, and so make investigations easier and more practicable. Typically, the ICIJ work on a case together and then allow publication simultaneously by their various affiliated press offices. Some famous areas of research that they have colluded on include the global tobacco industry, the Panama Papers, the Paradise Papers, China cables, etc. And now the Pandora Papers. For the Pandora Papers, the ICIJ actually created a symbol to represent the leak, and in their own words they have called the Pandora Papers the largest investigation in journalism history. The Pandora Papers. So what are they and what is the big story? Let's get into that in some detail, but first, to give you an idea of the scale of the leaked papers, let's provide some data points and some of the who that are mentioned in the papers. In summary, there are 35 current and former national leaders, 400 plus public officials from up to 100 countries, 100 billionaires, and 120,000 individuals and companies named in total. These include former British Prime Minister Tony Blair, the Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta, Chilean President Sebastian Pinera, and the Montenegrin President Milo Đukanović, Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky, Qatari Emir Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, the United Arab Emirates Prime Minister and Dubai ruler Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the Gabonese President Ali Bongo Ondimba, Lebanese Prime Minister Najib Mikati, the Ecuadorian President Guillermo Lasso, family members of the former Argentinian President Mauricio Macri and his spin doctor, the Cypriot President Nikos Anastasiades, and that was just a sample. Let's give you a flavour of the depth and breadth of what has been uncovered, and we'll take a few examples and give you the highlights of these so you can see for yourself. King Abdullah II of Jordan is one of the main figures named in the papers, with documents showing that he'd invested over $100 million in property across the UK and the US, and they included houses in Malibu, California, Washington DC, and London and Ascot in the UK, amongst others. A UK company controlled by Cherry Blair, the wife of former Prime Minister Tony Blair, was shown to have acquired a £6.45 million property in London by purchasing Romanstone International Limited, a British Virgin Islands company. Had the property been acquired directly, £312,000 would have been payable in stamp duty. Tony Blair's name appears in the statement of joint income for the associated mortgage. The papers also reveal how an office block owned by Azerbaijan's ruling Aliyev family was sold to the Crown Estate, that's Queen Elizabeth II's sovereign public estate, for £66 million in 2018. Netting the Aliyevs a £31 million profit. Another office block worth £33 million was sold to the family in 2009 and was then gifted to the son of Azerbaijani President Ilham Aliyev, Haydar. Members of the inner circle of Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan are accused of hiding millions of dollars in wealth in secret companies or trusts. As a result of the papers, supporters of Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko have accused his successor, Zelensky, who came to power on an anti-corruption campaign, of tax evasion. Elsewhere, close associates of Russian President Vladimir Putin, like Svetlana Krivonovich and Gennady Timchenko, were revealed to have secret assets in Monaco. Czech Prime Minister Andrej Babiš, who had campaigned on a promise to crack down on corruption and tax evasion, did not declare the use of an offshore investment company in the purchase of 8 properties, including 2 villas in Mogan on the French Riviera for £12 million. Uhuru Kenyatta was also mentioned, despite being quoted in 2018 as stating, "Every public servant's assets must be declared publicly so that people can question and ask what is legitimate." Kenyatta and 6 members of his family have been linked to 13 offshore companies. The leaked list also includes transnational criminal organisations, Rafael Amato, boss of the Amato Pagano clan, a clan within the Camorra dedicated to international drug trafficking. Amato used a shell company in the UK to buy land and real estate in Spain. Some of the celebrity and sporting entries and global names include Shakira, who was incorporating new offshore entries whilst also going on trial for tax evasion, model Claudia Schiffer, Indian cricket player Sachin Tendulkar, Indian billionaire Anil Ambani, fugitive diamantaire Nirav Modi's sister Purvi Modi, Alexandra Kazis, the founder of the dark web site Alphabay, which is used to deal in illegal drugs, Pakistani Finance Minister Shaukat Faiz Ahmed Tarin and several members of Pakistan's top generals, and the CEO of Channel 1 Russia, Konstantin Ernst. Miguel Bose, Pep Guardiola and Julio Iglesias are also named. We could go into much more detail on the information uncovered in the papers, but this first video is about the papers themselves. We'll go through some more specifics relating to individuals and companies in future videos, and we'll have plenty of material to work with. Sources. So where did the papers come from and how were they obtained? Well, originally hackers infiltrated the Bermudian law firm Applebee's servers, gaining access to over 6.8 million files. Hackers also stole equal amounts of data from Asia City in Singapore and other registers abroad. It was the German paper Süddeutsche Zeitung who were provided the papers from the hackers originally and then turned them over to the ICIJ. The papers include documents from a number of service providers, and in this context we mean the companies that help the wealthy manage their assets and wealth primarily offshore via means of a number of schemes. The scale is just immense. Here is a table showing the company source, the number of records and the time period covered. You can see just what a mammoth job it has been for the ICIJ to work through even a proportion of these papers. Let's just note that using offshore accounts is not itself illegal, and there could be many valid reasons to use them. However, corruption exists, and these leaks could highlight the misappropriation of funds, money laundering and other illegal transactions, and you can no doubt draw your own conclusions on this. Well, that's it for the high-level overview of the Pandora Papers, a subject that we will almost certainly be returning to. We hope you found this both informative and illuminating. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification button so you don't miss future videos when they're published.